Hey, boys and girls, just thought I would review documents 1, 2, and 3 of your DBQ analysis today, give you some ideas on what you might have missed, and see how you did in comparison to what I thought. In document 1, we reviewed William Cooper's testimony before the Sadler Committee in 1832. And we see a bunch of negative things here, actually. You shouldn't really have any positives, so I hope you caught it that there were only negative for document 1, and here's what I came up with. We learned that this Sadler man, he started working at the age of 10, child labor, not a good thing. 16-hour days, we see 5 in the morning to 9 at night with only one break around noon, not good. They were strapped or whipped in order to stay awake and to keep attention at the mill. There was no time for school or skill development, so they were stuck. Once they got to work, that was what they did. There was no time or really chance or opportunity to get out of that situation. Okay, let's go on to document 2. Document 2 is probably one of the harder ones, even though it's very short. It says, contrary to vulgar belief that men are motivated primarily by materialistic considerations, we now see the capitalist system being discredited and destroyed all over the world, even though this system has given men the greatest material comforts. Ayn Rand. This one is actually more positive, but we can actually get a combination of positive and negative here. Let's take a look. What's positive? Our last line is the key here. Even though the system has given men greatest material comforts. That is a positive thing. And if you remember from a few days ago, I showed you a picture of a family in a tenement building, which is basically an apartment building, and they had access to a lot of different tools that they didn't beforehand. Axes, coffee pots, board games, irons, things like that. All those things are greater material comforts that help people live more comfortable lives and thus longer. So that is why it's a good thing in this doc here. Okay, what might be bad is that this first line tells us that people were motivated by materialistic considerations. If you think about it, today's society is very motivated by things. Who has the nice car? Who has the nice clothes, the new shoes, things like that, right? Who has the biggest house? How does somebody look every day? All those things matter, right? Material. People today are motivated by that, and the Industrial Revolution produced goods at a higher rate and more affordably, so people could have access to those things. That's not really a good thing. All right, our last one is an excerpt by Andre Ure. I'm going to read it fast. I visited many factories in Manchester and in its surrounding districts. I've never saw a single instance of corporal chastisement or beating inflicted on a child. They seem to be always cheerful and alert, taking pleasure in the light play of their muscles. As to exhaustion, they showed no trace of it on emerging from the mill in the evening, for they began to skip about. It is moreover my firm conviction or opinion that children would thrive better when employed in modern factories than if left home in the apartments that are often ill-aired, damp, and cold. All right, this one here is a positive representation of the Industrial Revolution. What things might you have noticed? Number 1, workers appeared cheerful upon the visit of this man, happy when work was completed. 2, children would thrive better right here at the bottom, being employed than left at home in their poor living conditions. Okay, so this man, by Andre Ure, he is saying that working in the factory was better than not and just staying at home, because it provided people structure. These kids, which would maybe be roaming around the streets causing mischief, would have a job to do. They would be structured or disciplined in that regard, and they would have a better life. All right, I hope you thought that was helpful, and add any of those details you see fit, and be prepared again to think about answering your key question: was the Industrial Revolution positive, or was it more negative time in U.S. history? And keep looking for evidence. Good luck.